Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Song Resolve. I'm your host Dee.
With your co-host, R'gos Rho.
Hey, so today's song, as you can see, the song that we will be reviewing is Rich Spirit by Kendrick Lamar. And obviously this is a D pick, not a T.
Whoa!
Oh my God. Okay, not in that
slips
not
be all.
in that
No, we're gonna leave that in
context.
there. We're gonna leave it in there. That's no. Freudian slips are real.
That is so crazy. Okay, no, this is
you want to see
a
Kendrick D, do
D
you?
choice. Okay, how about that?
The choice.
The choice.
The choice.
Yes, the
Okay,
choice.
it is. If we know, someone clip that. That's
Oh
a
my
Freudian
gosh!
slip
Please do
forever
not take
on
that
the
out of
internet.
context.
It's out of context.
Dang. Okay,
You
whatever.
did it.
All right, so so we will be reviewing Rich Spirit. So if you haven't heard this is off of his latest album. What's the album called? Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
There you go.
So this is one of the newer songs that we're reviewing. So we'll get into our song analysis. Again, we will leave the link to the video down below, and y'all can take a listen and let us know what your thoughts and opinions are on the song. If you have heard it, let us know in the comments what you think. If you haven't, go listen to it and then come back and let us know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Mr. Co-host.
Yeah.
What's popping?
That mic. And apparently some D pics.
Oh my gosh, please. Okay, y'all, please don't take that out of context.
It's there. It's there.
Golly. Okay, well.
Should we just get on with it?
Yeah, let's just get on with the show. All right, so.
You just heard Rich Spirit by Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah. So, okay, what are your thoughts on the song?
Honestly, it's one of those things where it's not really a jam. It's more of I'm going to say a political message. He's trying to illustrate some type of messaging to whoever listens and resonates with it. Quite frankly, I don't. It is a great beat. I love the 70 to 75 BPM matrix that he has on. That's
So this is political to you, the song?
100%.
Really?
Well, let's talk about some of the lyrics.
Yeah, let's pull up the lyrics and see what's popping.
Okay,
Let's see what that's.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on.
See, yeah, sorry about that. I just connected to the studio surround sound.
Okay. So what part of the lyrics is it? The first verse, the chorus, second
No, it's
verse?
actually where he says, "I'm a good man, shake your hand, firm grip rule."
Let's see, where is that at? I'm trying to look for that actually in the lyrics.
It's probably midway through. It's about 10 seconds into the track. Right there. I'm a good man, shaking hand, firm grip rule.
Okay. I'm not a man, so I don't.
Lost 10, balling with the flu.
Okay, I'm not a man, so I can't relate to that.
He's a good man. He's sick with his flow.
Okay.
Listen,
okay.
I'm probably been pegged as the resident white guy, which is fine. But the thing is, I understand the context of what he's talking about, at least in this respect. And again, all art is subjective.
Of course.
Whether the artist tells you what it means or they don't, and it's up to your own interpretation, it's still subjective because your state of listening versus what the message needs to convey is always going to be predicated upon your experiences and where you're at in time and space where you listen to it. So, just that right there, he's trying to put on the front that's saying, "Hey, I'm a good man. I know what I'm doing. I bought my sister a Corolla."
Oh yeah, back in one of his other songs.
Yeah.
He did. That was cute, and also like for the age that she was and everything, that's
paid
reasonable.
off Toyota Corolla will last you 300 miles. If you
it will, girl. She gonna have that for a minute,
and I bet she got it fully loaded. It's probably with a CVT and a moonroof.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, this is more of your episode. So let me ask you this then, based off of that lyric that I just read, what do you think the artist's mindset when composing this song with? Because you also, if I may, I'm just gonna kind of dox you a little bit. You did just see the video.
Yeah. So
how do you feel?
I feel like when he wrote this song, this was 5 years in between this album and the previous one. And the previous album that he had was one of my all-time faves. And we will be reviewing some of the songs on there, okay? We might even do a full album review.
Oh, damn.
We might. Okay. We just might. I don't know.
Be damn.
If y'all want to hear that, let me know.
Subscribe.
But from then till now, I know I watched a couple of interviews that he did, and he said that he was struggling with writer's block, and he was dealing with some personal things. He became a dad. All that stuff was happening within this 5-year span. So him now putting it in the music, saying he's taking his baby to school. That's the first I was like, oh, you got a baby. You got what?
He doesn't have to say what he's doing. He's a grown man.
Yeah, of course. But I was like, okay, all right then. He's mature. He's a mature gentleman. Okay. And so, he's doing his thing. And then with the rest of the song talking about like, yeah, he's a celebrity don't mean integrity, which, I feel like a lot of people do miss that. And that's, to me, that is a very key thing to resonate with in general. Like, celebrity does not mean integrity. So just because you see somebody who's famous, rich and famous, and you know them, you see them out in public for whatever reason, like you might run across them, that doesn't mean that they're God or whatever, because we all know how fandoms can get. We know how they can become super obsessive and things like that.
Oh,
and
God,
again,
they stalk you.
Yeah, and again, I'm a fan of music, but I'm not a stan. So there is a very distinct line between a fan and a stan. I'm a fan of a lot of artists. I'm a stan for none of them. I'm a stan for God and Jesus. That's what I stand for.
Oh, well, so, we got very religious.
I'm just saying, because those are the only two entities that know I exist. These celebrities don't know I exist. Come on.
No.
So
unless you see you on a spreadsheet.
Right. They see the numbers that are coming in with our cash, but they don't know who we are. So I understand what he's saying with that line. And then when you pointed out the line where he says he's a good man shaking his hand, firm grip rule, that kind of completely slipped my mind, because I'm not. I don't be shaking people's hands. I do, but I'm not a man, so I'm not gonna grip it or whatever. I'll shake your hand, but I'm not gonna give you a firm grip, because again, that's not. Well, I wasn't raised that way. I'm a woman, so that's me.
Yeah.
I don't know what the rules are between y'all.
Well, if you are a male and you are of the heterosexual variety, and you had other heterosexual males around you, you know that you can judge a man by his handshake, judging from the grip strength, the approach, and the continuity of the exchange of shaking hands. It sounds very minute. Here, tell you what. Give me a hand. Give me a hand. So if I gave you I'm gonna go on. I know y'all can't see this, but here it is. I'm gonna go in strong, thumb to thumb, gap to gap. Ready?
Okay.
And I go like that.
Okay.
Does that exudes confidence? Like, hey, how you doing? I'm all right. I'm good. How are you doing? Versus this. Hey, how you doing?
I mean, that's how I shake hands.
That's your feminine. And if a man does that and it's an effeminate handshake, you can kind of basically, no, I'm gonna say it. You can gauge where the man's wherewithal is. You're not there, mate. You're not there. You're not there. You're not firing on the V8. You're about 4 gerbils. Four cylinders. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. If a man gives you a limp handshake, that's a sign of weakness and meekness.
Oh, is that
that can't be really respected? Because if I go like this, again, I know you're a female. If I go like this, hey, how you doing? I'm great. Thank you. Okay, that was a little added touch on there. That was blackness.
Okay.
But I've been around black folks, so But if you go like this.
So you can't do that as a man? You can't you can't be less aggressive with it?
No. What? Okay, so let me school you on the world of man, since this is happening.
All right, y'all.
If two straight males go in and give me a hand, I'm gonna let you know. Go like this and it's equal. It's knowing like I'm not aggressing towards you, but I'm letting you know, nigga, if you try it, I'm with it.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yes.
Oh, you're trying to show them so they don't play in your face.
It's like, hey, mind your P's and Q's, mate. Mind your P's and Q's. All right? Okay. Now, if a man comes in and goes like this, it's a little bit limp wrist. It's like, oh, you're a little effeminate. I'm not going to assume you are the homo variety, but I'm going to assume that there's a little bit going on there. What's going on? You should have met me, like, especially if it's a meeting of men, and it's like, there's a certain level of wherewithal. It's like, I understand going in like, okay, I'm not going to flex my shit. I don't need to break your fucking hand, I just need to be able to say, hey, I respect you, you respect me. We're common ground. This is a watering hole. Are we good? That's what that handshake means. We're good. It's like, hey, I got my vigor. You got yours. All right, so it's mutual destruction.
So if y'all have to fight,
It's mutual. It's mutual destruction.
You guys can gauge your strength.
It's eye to eye.
That's what
iron
that
to
means?
iron, steel to steel. Yes.
Wow. Okay,
Yes.
that's news to me.
Yes. Well, you're a woman. I wouldn't expect you to be shaking like a man unless you're. Well, anyways, some of our viewers might be on the other variety, thanks to biology.
Please
but
do not offend our audience. Thank you.
I'm actually respecting them by acknowledging the fact that you, in the audience, who might be listening, might be of the other variety, but like, I don't know. It's just there. It's just coming out.
Yeah.
It's,
all right.
Look, I'm not trying to. This show is not political, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm
It's
saying,
not supposed to be.
what I'm saying is, if you go in and you give me a limp wrist when I shake your hand, it lets me know something's off. But if you come in, you give me a bit of a firm handshake, it's mutual, it's understandable. Okay, let's get to business. That's it.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then let's move on to the next line then.
Yeah, sure. Well,
So the next line is basically 72.
I was still on the other one.
Oh,
actually.
okay. Go ahead. Speak your piece.
The only thing I want to say, just the next line, the next 4 lines actually, is rich nigga, broke phone, trying to keep the balance. I'm trying to stay strong.
I'm staying strong.
Excuse me. Yes, I'm staying strong. It sounds like, all right, money's running tight, and I'm trying to keep balance within the household. I'm staying strong.
That's what you're getting from that?
That's what I'm getting from that.
For
he
me,
doesn't have a broke iPhone.
Yeah, but for me, he's saying he's a rich dude and he has a broke phone. That means his priority is not on his phone. He's not worried about having the latest and the greatest, fixing his phone anytime it breaks because he's rich. He don't care. That's what that's given to me. He's trying to keep the balance, as in he's not trying to let the riches go to his head and become super inflated, as you know, as we are accustomed to seeing those who are of the upper echelon to becoming, you know, very out of touch and things. He's trying to keep the balance. Like, look, I know where I came from, and I'm trying to remember that. That's what I'm getting from that. And then the next line where he's saying, "Stop playing with me before I turn you into a song," as in like, look, your name will be all up and through these tracks if you play with me. Like, that's what I'm getting. Like, hey, look, I'm trying to be cool, but don't come over here with that BS. And then the next line, him saying, you know, hey, he's attractive. He can't mess with you anymore because he's fasting. I want to really touch on that, because I think what he's also saying is that he can't mess with them because their spirit is unattractive. His spirit is rich, as in he knows his value. He knows his worth. He knows what he's capable of. He knows what he brings to the table. And he can also see that whoever you are, quote unquote, he can't mess with you. He's fasting. He's trying to keep his energy pure. That's what I'm getting. The other thing that he's also saying with that message, like he can't mess with you anymore, he's fasting, is also like he's trying to get his spirituality up. He's fasting because we all know fasting is, you can fast for a diet, but most of the time when people are fasting, it's more for a spiritual or religious reason. So he's fasting in order to keep his whatever he's fasting for up to par, you know, if that makes any sense. So let's see. The next line he's speaking on says the mortality can wait. Feedback low on latency. He's glitching in the face as the thoughts grow sicker. Okay, let me stop rapping. But for that, it feels like he's talking to his family, and he's trying to basically say, like, the feedback that he gets on his artwork, his music, all that stuff, it's not really relevant to him because he knows where he's at. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's about. He knows the accolades that he's gotten, and he's not predicating his artwork on your opinion, even though we're giving our opinion in this. He knows what he's about. So he's more so waiting on basically becoming the best form of a artist in our lifetime. And to me, he is one of the best in our lifetime. You know, shout out to Lil Wayne, best rapper alive. But Kendrick is also a good rapper.
Thing. But my thing, since you said that, I gotta go and ask. And so, what type of mood did that put you in when you heard those lyrics emit from him?
So for me, it put me in a mood where it's like, I'm like, okay, like, what is the mood I'm trying? Like, it's building up my confidence.
Take your time.
It's building up my confidence. So if I'm
really,
to me, this is a mood booster for me, because He's saying rich spirit, broke phone, trying to keep the balance. I'm staying strong. Like if you're going through something right now, you're also like, okay, well, I'm going through something, but I know what I got. I know what I can do. I know what I'm about. I can keep this up. Whatever.
So do you think, since you saw the video, you think the visuals match that?
No, to me the visuals do not match at all. To me, it's
a bit
kind of
disjointed.
it does not match what the song is saying. But then again, he's an artist, so he knows what he's trying to convey in the song and in the video.
Yeah.
But to me, the video does not match the song.
I have to agree with that unequivocally, because it's like when you see the spoiler alert. If
we're
you
gonna link
seen
the video to this, so you can watch it.
You want to play a little bit? Is that fine? Or no?
If
not, I'll recycle it.
What we'll do is we'll link the video. You can pause it right here, go and come back. All right, so we'll pause.
Okay.
For you guys to go and watch that video. Again, it's linked in the description. You can go and watch that. If you're listening on another platform, head over to Google or YouTube and go find the video. All right. We will leave everything in the description, so it will take you straight to YouTube.
3, 2, 1. This is just for me to edit, so I'm talking. And we're back. Go.
All right. So, yeah, the video has some interesting points.
That outfit was ridiculous.
I liked his boots. His boots were
like the
interesting because he...
the boots. Boots.
Right. Okay. If y'all don't know where that reference is from, it's from Archer.
Why you tell him so quickly?
Because
oh my God.
They need to know.
Okay, we're getting sidetracked. But boots.
So the artwork on the boots, I was trying to figure out what the
album
on the other one is. Yeah, but there's 2 different artworks on it. It's not just
the
album.
That was the left and right.
So I was trying
to figure
out.
Andy for Toy Story.
I wasn't trying to figure out the first one because that's obvious. If you know what his album looks like, then you can obviously make that correlation.
With the crown of thorns.
Yeah, which is a little controversial. I'm not gonna lie. That's because we already know who was the person who had the crown of thorns. That was Jesus. So, is he trying to embody Jesus? Is he trying to pay homage? Does he think he's Jesus? Like, that's all up to everybody's own discretion to figure that out.
Yeah, those earrings are wild.
Yeah, he's definitely growing in his artistry. I will say that because. This is not the Kendrick that we knew from Good Kid, Mad City. This is not the Kendrick from, what is it called? What is that first album that he did? Oh my gosh, it's slipping my mind right now. What is it called? No, Section 80. There we go.
Section 8.0.
Yeah, Section 80, not Section 8.0. 80.
Oh, okay. But there's a period. There's a period in the artwork.
It's called Section 80. So.
That's fine. But
yeah.
let me ask you this. So then, judging from what we saw in the video, right? He had 4 different outfits, and then he had multiple different types of peripherals. Where do you think, like, his mindset was when creating this? Because you and I both have already agreed, and I'm quite sure some people agree as well, that the music video did not match the energy or the message that the song was producing.
Mm-hmm.
So what say you? Take your time.
Honestly, don't know.
You gotta give him something.
Yeah.
It happens. You want to start over?
No, I'm just cut the accent off because they're gonna fucking connect dots. Stop.
With who? Oh.
Goodness gracious.
I can't. Here's the problem. I can't tell if that's within, or that's just the drink. I don't know.
We'll figure it out quickly. Quickly.
So this episode, I'll cut it back then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
And 3, 2, 1. So what? So you watched the video, right? And clearly the music, at least auditorily, does not match the visuals. The man had on 4 different outfits, 2 types of boots, 3 different types of earrings, a phone that was disconnected.
Right. Okay. So let's get into that part.
Let's get into that part.
Yeah, obviously. But I wanted to get into why was he on the phone when the phone was disconnected, but then it was ringing.
He was talking to himself.
But why was the phone ringing though?
It's him talking to himself. Hey, like, wake up call.
But why is the phone ringing though if it's disconnected? Not that it's disconnected. The cord was cut.
In the first 2 scenes, yes.
Yeah.
But the last one, it was connected.
Oh, you saw it?
When he was in all white.
Oh, okay.
It
I
was
didn't.
connect-
I
it
didn't
was
see that. I
connected.
must have missed that.
That's why it cut the black in the video. Here, for those who can see the video, we're not doing that here, but you can see the phone is connected now. And you look here, the whole song stops because the phone's connected. He's not holding anymore.
He looks a little shook. He's like,
because
what?
the phone is connected.
He was shook. You could tell. He's like, excuse me.
Yeah.
What's going on?
It's because the phone was bloody well connected, and it was ringing.
And it's just ring. And mind you, it's one of them old school phones. If y'all, maybe a lot of y'all are younger, but when we were growing up, this was a landline phone. This is a typical phone for the house phone. This is one of them house phones, not the main one this is like the one in the kitchen or one in the rooms. Like
it had the long extension cord.
Long extension
before
cord.
cordless became a thing.
Yeah, this is definitely giving 90s.
Oh shit. That is an understatement.
It's giving, we know what era we grew up in.
He looks like Hot Damn I Rock right here from YouTube.
I don't know who that is.
That's
okay.
fine.
But yeah, so I guess, what was the question again?
The question is, if you watch this video, right? Mm-hmm. And this is also contingent on the fact you don't watch the video, but for right now, you've seen it because this is your first time, right? Mm-hmm. It's more like, all right, you heard the song, now you see the visuals. Where the hell was his mind when he made this? The cowboy boots, the album art on one of the boots, and then on top of that, the earrings was just catch me. It's because he had double.
Is it because of the earrings? Because they're dangly earrings.
It's double pierced. He's wearing all red. Some will say that's satanic, right?
I mean, it could mean a lot of different things, but yeah.
But it has butterflies. Wasn't that the name of his last album?
To Pimp a Butterfly.
Right. So is okay. So is he telling a story, or is he doing
what I've noticed,
doing cinematic continuity?
Listen. From what I've noticed from his art, his work, all of his albums piggyback off of each other.
And then why are they highlighted? They look CG.
Well, they're definitely not.
But if you look at
again, we're talking more so the song. Granted, I get the video is obviously a part of the work, but to me, my main focus is the song itself because when I first heard the song, there wasn't a video out yet for it. The video came out months later.
When'd you hear it?
I heard it when the album came out back in
When's that?
August of 2020. When was that? 2021 or 2022? This was, I want to say 2022. I'm not actually sure. Let me do a quick little Google search. Yeah, 2022. So again, the album came out in May, but I was heavily invested into it.
May of 22.
Yeah, May of 2022. But I started getting into it. You know why I keep thinking about August? Because that's when he had a concert out here. That's why. That's why it was, because I was supposed to go to that concert and I literally bought tickets, but I didn't go, unfortunately. But you live and you learn. But basically, when the album came out, this was one of the songs that actually grabbed me. There's a few other songs on the album that really caught my attention, like N95. So if y'all have been living under a rock, N95s were the mask during the pandemic, the ones that are super secure, where if there's any virus flowing in the air, you shouldn't get infected because it's so thick and dense that it filters out the air so much that it filters out even virus particles and things in the air. So he has a song about that. He has another song called Count Me Out that I really like, and then Rich Spirit was the one that really grabbed my attention because what really got me was the bass of this song, especially if you have good speakers. The bass on this song is knocking, okay? Like, if you hear this in a car with some really good bass and you're cruising, this song will do it for you. If you like bass like me, yes. So that's why this song got my attention, because I was like, okay, this is doing it for me. But again, as we are, watching the video, it's interesting because this is a video where it's just him by himself. There's nobody else here. He's just basically talking to himself in the mirror. He's eating some soup. He's sitting on the kitchen counter eating or I don't know if he's eating soup. He's eating something in a bowl.
Ramen.
Probably. Is it ramen? No, it looks like soup. Guessing. It looks like soup. Ramen has little noodles and stuff. And, he's in another room in front of the sun, dancing with his little sparkly outfit.
It's key to note that anything that they put in the composition or juxtaposition is intended.
Yeah, because
There
it
is
goes
no
from
accidental.
red to black to white. That's what I've noticed with his outfits.
Yeah.
Red to black to white.
And then there's the illustrious phone again.
Yeah, the phone that's... See, where is it plugged into? It doesn't look like
it's plugged to the wall.
Where's the wall, though? Look.
Okay.
Let's go back and see.
Sure. So, and then
because the cord is right here. I'm not seeing.
So if you look right here, this is the cutoff, and then it runs into the wall. Because if you look at the earlier scene, the phone that was attached, it was broken right here.
Exactly, and it looks like it's still broken. That's
but
the thing.
there's something right here.
That doesn't look like it's part of the phone cord.
Maybe you're right, but there's something right there. Again, you look at this juxtaposition, and you're like, there's a reason why. Look at the symmetry.
Yeah, it's aesthetically pleasing. I like the hotel room or wherever he's at. The long
Airbnb.
curtains. I wouldn't say that,
Verbo.
but sure. Yeah. Yeah. But again, back to the song. So the song lyrics. Thoughts and prayers are way better off timelines, because we all know when people pass away.
Thoughts and prayers.
They always say thoughts and prayers, but it's like, are you actually
praying?
Are you actually thinking and praying for that person? They're way better off timelines. Don't just flex for the general public, because the general public doesn't really know what you're up to be honest. It looks like you're doing it, but you might not be.
False claiming not cute. I'm mortified.
Mm-hmm. So what is that? What does that mean to you?
Well, it's self-explanatory, but to me, it's saying that, hey, you're doing one thing, but you're actually exposed to be doing something else. It's like, hey, like, I'm going to be a little personal.
Okay.
When given a chance, I go visit my dead. I go to the graveyard.
You mean your deceased loved ones?
Yes.
Okay.
But they're dead. They're dead.
Yeah. Deceased.
But I go there and I go pay my respects.
Okay.
And although it might be morbid to some, it seems quite natural to me, because that's where their vessel was laid to rest.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the last chance. That was the last time you saw them. That's the last place you saw them.
Yeah.
Even if they were deceased.
And technically the last place they'll ever be.
Exactly. And if the Bible's interpretation, if you want to get, since this is dealing with religious iconography, it's like that's where the zombies, quote unquote, will be raised. Well, remember he says he's going to raise the dead. When Jesus comes back, he raises the dead.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, at least then they can say, hey, no, he came and visited.
How are they going to know, though?
Well, Jesus knows.
Oh, okay, because I'm like,
but
they're technically not in the vessel anymore. That's why the
no,
vessel is just
but
there,
the body knows. The body knows. It's like the body is okay.
Even when it ceased to exist, though.
Of course, the hair and nails keep growing once you're dead.
They grow because the body is shrinking and it's losing the water.
But that's an intelligence that if the spirit and the consciousness has already left and the body has a programming set to it, that means it's intelligent. It knows to keep doing that. There is a program in it to know to keep doing that, whether you were deceased or alive. So the body knows if you're coming to come visit. It might not be able to hear you. I'm being esoteric, of course, right here. It might not be able to hear you clearly, but if you go to a site where you want to pay respects, a pseudo altar, if you will, and you go there and you say, hey, I'm praying for safe passage for these souls to go over, whether you're a priest, not priest, religious, not religious, but you're paying respects. You're giving energy of the living to the dead. It's like you're giving them, it's like you're putting money on the books.
Okay.
If you want to, if that's yeah, I do.
Okay.
Because before, I used to go every death anniversary, birth anniversary, and in between to pay respects to people who I know who are part of the living mortal coil.
Okay.
So yeah, that's where I'm at with it.
Okay.
I'll leave with that, because this is your song, and it's talking about rich spirit. There's a lot of esotericness with it. I understand.
Yeah.
And for those who are weak constitutions, you probably shouldn't listen, because you probably can't handle it.
Well, yeah.
I'm throwing it out there.
Okay. I mean, I feel like this is a song you can listen to. If you're not really listening to the words, you can still vibe to it. To me, if you're not listening to the words. If you are listening to words, then yeah, and you're sensitive to that stuff, then maybe don't listen to it. But I would recommend it, especially because another part of the song, especially what verse is this? I believe this is second verse, third verse. Let me just make sure. This is this third verse. So on the third verse, the beginning of it, he says, "Frat brother, real and that brother. We just up the score. Give me that brother. Spirit medium. He don't rap, brother." So that right there, I'm like, okay. So
What does that mean?
to me, he's saying they up the score. Like he's a fraternity brother. Like he's in the brotherhood. I don't know what brotherhood. I don't know, and I'm not gonna guess on that because there's so many out there. There's literally thousands. I'm not gonna say which one he's in because I don't know. We not cool like that. You feel me? I don't know him. But
You want his number?
You got his number?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, right. Anyway.
Speed dial.
But he's saying they just upped the score. So that means they got a few wins under their belt. Whatever their mission is, they're able to actually succeed in fulfilling whatever mission that they have, and they're doing what they're supposed to do. And he's saying he's a spirit medium. He doesn't rap. So that means all the messages and things that he's getting for his songs, it's probably not coming directly from him. It's coming
Whatever
from
side that is.
It's coming from elsewhere. Because if he's a spirit medium, if you guys know what that is just a conduit for the living and the other realms. So this realm and the other realm, you know?
Yeah.
So he's saying spirit medium, he don't rap. He don't rap. We like his raps because we think, oh, he's the greatest rapper. But he's like, I'm not a rapper. He literally is telling that in his song. He don't rap. And then he's saying he's headed there now. Are you strapped, brother? Now
that's the blicky.
Yeah. I don't know where he's headed to. So that's what I would like to find out, understand. Like what is that? And then the next line talking about he's a peacemaker, but he's not naive. That is key because I think that in our world today, we do feel like people who are very peaceful, people who are nice, who are kind, that they're just naive. They're dumb. They don't understand the evils of the world. And it's just like, no, they understand. They don't want to partake in it. But they understand what's going on. They choose to not.
Conscientious objector.
Yeah. And I feel like those people are actually rich in spirit because they can choose to go the easy route, which is to be a little bit more conniving, a little bit more, get your way. You don't care who you step on. You don't care how you get it. You're getting it. It's easier to do that than to actually be like, nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make sure I do this thing the right way. I'm going to have my integrity. I'll make sure that I can get whatever I'm trying to get to without hurting that many people. If I can hurt no people, that'd be even better. The less people that are trampled upon on my way up to the top, the better. That's what I'm getting from this. What about you?
I'm getting that there is a serious occult influence.
Really?
Yes. Judge for the fact, the album, The Crown of Thorns, the album prior, which was Damn, I think it was called.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
And then all of this has to do with the Judeo-Christian belief system because he's always referencing things from the Bible.
I feel like he grew up Christian, so he probably knows.
Which is fair. I mean, if you're going to be one of the three big monotheistic Abrahamic religions, which is Christianity, Islam, Judaism, right? But in this context, it's Christianity, and it's like, all right, pure white. What does that usually represent?
Purity.
All red.
Either the death, blood, or the devil.
All black.
Definitely death. Or
you're
bad.
Dealing with hard primary mono there's a word for it, it's escaped me, monochromatic themes. And then you have the backdrop, which is draped in all gold. It's clean, it's aesthetically pleasing, it's very earth tone, sepia, if you will. But there's no sepia filter. So I'm looking at all this as, okay, he's always rapping about God and in his lyrics, dealing with Christianity. He's always talking about esoteric things. So at the end of the day, I'm saying, all right, your message is this. You either portray yourself as something akin, not as, but akin to Jesus Christ, because hair of wool, skin of bronze. You got those two checked off, right?
Yeah.
Then you have these albums which you portray the violence of where you came from
Mm-hmm.
Compton,
Mm-hmm.
and now you're here at this point in your life where you've been successful with your gift of gab,
Mm-hmm.
and now the phone rings. It's time to take the call.
What is it called?
The
What's on
call
the
to
other side?
action. I believe it's a
Mm.
call to action
Call to action. Okay.
because I remember, I'll never forget, and I don't want to dox her, but there was a woman who did reach out to me when I was doing my civic duties. And she said, if you think swimming pools about drinking liquor, then you are lost. Had nothing to do with actual drinking liquor.
So what is it about?
It was a baptism.
Oh, okay, I can see that. Yeah.
It was all
He
about.
was wearing red in that too.
It was all about baptism.
He was wearing red in that.
It was about
as well.
cleansing the sins of your iniquities because you know not what you do.
And
You're-
you know, he has a couple lines in this song actually that he's
I
referring
believe
to,
it.
to 3 religions. One of them is not an Abrahamic religion though.
That's fine.
One is he's saying he's the aloof Buddha, which is contradictory.
Buddha was Christian.
Yeah, but aloof,
I don't know if you want to get into that.
But we might. But let me get my point out first.
Go ahead.
So he's
Sorry.
saying that he's the aloof Buddha, meaning
That can't be picked up. You're fine.
okay. The aloof Buddha meaning Buddha, we all know, was very insightful, very enlightened, right? So he's the aloof Buddha, or he's Christ, so Jesus Christ with a shooter. We all know that Jesus, even though when, you know, all the things were going on when Jesus was getting apprehended
Yeah.
right before he got, you know, crucified, that one of his disciples actually cut off the ear of one of the soldiers. And then he was like, why did you do that? And he healed that soldier's ear instantly. So he's saying that he's the opposite of that. Like, no, if you do something, you're going to get taken out. I have a shooter. I have a shooter on deck. And then he's also saying praise to Muhammad. And we all know in the Muslim religion, they actually do not worship Muhammad. They think he's the great prophet, but they don't worship him. They worship Allah. So he's basically like, it's a little contradictory over here. And I'm like, what is that trying to get? Like, what is the premise of that? In terms of like his viewpoint on religion, because 2 out of the 3 are Abrahamic religions, but he's been mentioning 3 religions, which are also some of the largest religions on earth. So, you know,
So what's your answer then?
my answer is I'm trying to figure out what he's saying in general.
But,
like, I don't know.
we're trying to resolve it. Like, what do you give us your take, as it were, now?
I feel like, okay, so this is a little background that I know about him. He's a Gemini, so he's feeling torn between the two different sides.
Cognitive dissonance.
Yeah. So I feel like he's good and bad. And I can relate because I'm also a Gemini, where you have 2 sides of you, where you have an extremely good side and you have an extremely bad side. And you're trying to balance that out, which he said he's trying to keep the balance, staying strong, because it's easy to get pulled in one direction or the other. And a lot of other signs, I don't know if they deal with it as much as Geminis do, because Gemini is the twin sign. But again, being that is the basis of that zodiac sign, there's a lot to dig into. There's a lot of conflicting ideologies that you hold as a person. Like, you're basically a walking contradiction. Like, you can say, I don't like red, but I do like red. Or I don't like blue, but I do like blue. Like, that kind
Everything's
of stuff.
conditional.
Yeah. So the cognitive dissonance, he's acknowledging that he has that, and he's acknowledging that in this song that, you know, he's both. He can get to either or, depending on his mood. So that's what I'm gathering from this.
So if you had to rate it out of 5 stars, what?
Oh, to me, this is a 4.9. I'm not gonna get.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a 4.9 for me. Again, the
Wow.
bass, to me, the bass on the song is hitting. That's really what it is. The bass is hitting for me. What about you?
I definitely have to give it a 3.8.
3.8. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the composition, from what I've seen visually, and then listening to it as a standalone piece, it doesn't work for me. There's a disconnect.
Yeah.
Because
maybe that's part of the.
We are
be
dealing
part
with
of
something that's so subjective, and then you have this person, like you said, is Gemini. If you want to go by the esoteric nature of what Gemini is, it's like you can't follow it. It's an air sign. They just move on a whim. So if you understand at least that and you internalize it, it's like, okay, they're going through whatever epoch that they need to go through to just get to their landing zone. And it's like, okay, cool. But here is the concrete details. You have a song called Rich Spirit dealing with, at least visually, a internal conflict that you're talking about to yourself on a disconnected landline that gets connected, at least by proxy. If we look at the screen here, the screen grab right here, I think that's the tail end of it.
Yeah.
Just like in the earlier part of the song where it was around here where you can see the phone was disconnected. He's lounging about. It seems like he doesn't want to deal with whatever it is that he's dealing with.
Like he's procrastinating on something.
Yeah, and that's the trait of the air sign, honestly.
Oh, you just passed it. I think I saw
Did
it.
I? Okay.
You got right there.
There it is. So you're dealing with that, and if you go based on esoterics and then also the Christianity religion, it's like, okay, it seems like he's been called to duty, but he doesn't know how to go about dealing with it. Mm-hmm. And now he's at this position of power where he has influence. He has, again, power.
Money, fame, influence.
He has all the things you need to do to actually make an impact in this world, but he wants to remain disconnected.
And he literally said he would be lying if he said he wouldn't give all this stuff away. As in, he said that he probably wouldn't give back his riches if they were saying you got to do it in order to be, do your job. He'd be like, no. He'd probably hesitate. And he's admitting that.
Which is great if you're worried about your soul in terms of the Judeo-Christian belief, like a rich man has a harder time passing through the eye of a needle than a camel.
Mm-hmm. Than a camel going through the eye of a needle. A
rich
man has a harder time going into heaven than a camel has to get into the eye of a needle. If y'all know how hard it is just to get a freaking piece of thread in a needle, imagine. They're saying that a camel has an easier time getting through that eye than a rich person.
I'm pretty good. But anyways, yes, I would agree. So I give it a 3 point. I think I said 3.8. Mm-hmm. I give it 3.8 because one, I probably shouldn't have seen the video. It comes off a little disjointed to me, and that's just because where I come from in my background. It doesn't seem like it matches the energy of the message of the song. Mm-hmm. Let's just call it that.
Okay.
To close out my review, I would say Rich Spirit, it is not a summer anthem. Do not come in looking for swimming pools, money trees, what's another
DNA
one?
Or Be Humble.
Be Humble, or Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe, Rigor Mortis, Spiteful Chant.
It's not an up-tempo song.
It is definitely not. It is definitely message-based, dissected like how we're doing here. Mm-hmm. And that's my review. Kendrick Lamar, Rich Spirit, although it's already been dated, I'm telling you now, it is not an anthem. It is not a club banger. Yes, you can bump this in your car, but people will be like, what the fuck you listen to?
Yeah, but it's like, if you're a Kendrick fan,
well, if you're a fan, it goes out the window.
Somebody else hears you, then they gonna know, okay, you like Kendrick.
Yeah.
This is one of them songs, like, okay, because this was not a popularized song.
Basically, if you left the album To Pimp a Butterfly, all the bangers that were like, hey, let me hang this out the window, put some subs on it, put like some Memphis 15s on it, that's it. That's your cutoff. Anything beyond To Pimp a Butterfly is strictly for fans, political, esocentric, charged in a way that you have to sit here. I mean, it was you that told me that, damn is actually, there's a different connotation to it when you play it from 15. You said 15 tracks, right?
It's 12, I think.
Okay.
So if you play it the way that it's laid
in
out,
sequential order.
If you play from track 1 through 12,
whatever, yeah,
I think it's 12. Play 1 through 12. It's it has a message, but if you also play it backwards from 12 back to 1, it has a different message.
Yeah. See, I did that didn't cross my mind. I've listened to the album and I didn't think about let me play it in reverse sequential order.
Yeah. That was the thing. I got that when it first came out, and then he happened to also debut he released a deluxe version, and the deluxe.
No, the standard. I'm saying did he mention that there's actually something else if you play it in reverse.
No, but he released the deluxe version, and the deluxe version was it going backwards. Because if you're releasing a deluxe version, you're releasing 1 or 2 extra songs to it.
Some tracks that didn't get out.
He didn't do that. He just did it in reverse order. Okay. That's how I knew that. I was like, okay, because I had listened to the album front to back to front, and I did that multiple times. And there was one time where I was like, I didn't know what he was. I feel like there was definitely some esoteric stuff going on because I was like, what are you getting at? And it got me so like
riled up.
Yeah, it got me riled up, and I was kind of confused because I was like, what is the message that you're conveying? Because if you're playing it from front to back, it has one message. If you're playing from back to front, it has another message. They're both contradicting each other. Both of the messages are contradicting each other.
Nothing like a Gemini to understand a Gemini.
That's why I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
But yeah, so, again, we might do a full album review on that one.
Woof.
Yeah, we're going to have to. That's going to be a very long episode because we will be doing all the tracks on that.
That might need to be a live stream.
We actually might be able to do a live stream actually.
Once this channel gets enabled.
We're going. So that's just check that out in a few months. We'll bring that to you guys. Let us know if you guys want that a little bit sooner or not, or we'll have it in the timeline that we have it in. We'll bring that to you guys a little bit, in the next coming months. So, okay. So, just to wrap this up.
3.8.
You got a 3.8? Okay, and I said 4.9. So.
Wow.
Again, I'm a Kendrick fan, so.
That's 1.1 more.
Yeah, that's 0.1. From a 5.
Oh, you said 4.9.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah.
So, thank you all for listening to this episode. I know this one is a little bit longer than the other episodes that we had, but again, thank y'all.
This is your episode. You're a Kendrick fan.
most of the other ones are my episode too.
Well, I mean, but this one, but this is Kendrick.
Yeah, this is Kendrick. I'm a huge Kendrick fan. If you guys can't tell already, because
that's what I said.
I know a few. I know the backstories to a lot of stuff.
When I came to the studio, you were already playing Kendrick Lamar just to get the spirit right. So yeah,
sure. All right. So, thank y'all for listening to this episode of Song Resolve. We appreciate your support. We appreciate your listens. We appreciate you just tuning in and taking the time to listen to us. So hanging out, yeah. So let us know what y'all think in the comments below, and on Spotify you can let us know in the Q&A section. And if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to us. If you have songs that you want us to review, let us know, so that way we can start doing our research on them, and we will catch you in the next one.
Peace.